this is what I've been preaching about for the last couple of years, Shannon. No one
Okay.
has been paying attention to me, and I've been saying that
Okay.
big tech is going to be the real enemy. I'm serious. I feel like I'm the guy in the movie theater that everyone is paying attention to this thing, but I see like the
Mm.
meteor coming down, and I'm screaming at people saying, "We got to do something. The meteor's coming," but no one's paying attention, right? And
Hmm.
so this story that I put in the chat with Shannon was basically Facebook had came out that they were going to uh, ban anti-vaccination ads. They
And
also came out saying that they were going to uh, ban, what was it, Holocaust denial post.
yeah, Holocaust denials. Hmm.
So those were the two things that came out about Facebook.
Yep.
And you got certain people, celebrating, saying, especially the Holocaust denial one, people saying about time that Facebook took a stand against, the spread of this disinformation. And I think this is an awful thing.
You think it's an awful thing that Facebook is trying to ban misinformation?
Yes, here's why.
Okay.
Disinformation is not disinformation to everybody. So, for example,
Yes, but you can't. I understand that, but you can't. Denying the Holocaust is blatant misinformation.
here's the thing, Shannon. Do I believe the Holocaust happened? Absolutely.
Oh, okay, I thought you were about to say what?
That dramatic pause. Absolutely. Matter of fact, I was blessed with the opportunity to speak with a Holocaust, survival person in high school.
When?
This happened either 7th or 8th grade. The only reason I know for a
That's
fact
not
that
high
this
school.
happened is because no, I'm sorry, not 7th, 8th, 10th or 11th grade.
Okay.
Only reason I know this happened is because I asked Michael if this really happened or was it like my imagination, and Michael said, "No, that happened. I was there." So a Holocaust survivor came to our school to talk to us. It wasn't your class, it was us.
What class was that?
Miss Fragile.
Oh, wait. Okay, continue. I don't
Yeah,
remember. Was I there? Are you sure?
I'm positive this
Was
happened.
I?
If you don't remember it, then you wasn't there.
I definitely was. I had her though. Never mind. Continue. I'm gonna let you just finish because I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. So basically, this woman came and she spoke to us about the Holocaust. Now, I didn't need her there to verify the existence of the Holocaust. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
her being there, I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that this actually happened, right? So I'm not saying that people should be comfortable with people denying the Holocaust. That's not where I'm coming from when I say that this is dangerous or that I don't like this. Disinformation in this case is obvious. The Holocaust
Okay.
absolutely happened. Anyone saying that it did not happen is lying to you. Another scenario, Shannon. The world is not flat.
Okay.
It's not flat. We know this. Now,
No.
here's the reason why disinformation gets to exist is because I can't prove any of these things. I can't prove that the Holocaust existed. I don't have any proof. I have history books, I have videos, I have images, but I can't prove it to you right now that this thing existed. I can't prove to you, Shannon, that the world is round.
Mm-hmm.
I can show you a globe. I can show you pictures from a satellite, but I can't prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that the world is round. But it is. It's not flat. And those are obvious scenarios of disinformation. But what happens, Shannon, when you deal with situations where the disinformation and the information is not uh, easier to differentiate from? Shannon?
Hello. Yes.
Oh my God, what happened?
I don't know. You froze for a long time and then you just dropped out of the call.
Okay, I'm glad you're back. We're still recording, it says.
Yes. Wait, I didn't go anywhere though. You're the one that went somewhere.
You went somewhere. I was sitting here like, Shannon.
I didn't. I was still here. I was
All
still
right.
here, and it said that you dropped, and it said I was the host of the call now. So I was confused.
Okay. Well, all right. That was very strange. That's what I was saying about So I can't prove that the world is round. I can't prove that the Holocaust happened. But what I was saying before you disappeared. Those are clear cases where.
Okay, continue. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are clear cases where I can tell this is disinformation. But what happens where the line isn't so clear? For example, Jeffrey Epstein's death.
Yes.
Historically speaking, the accurate statement is Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide in his cell. Now, I don't believe that's true. I believe the circumstances around his death are extremely suspicious.
Yes.
I believe he was killed. I don't believe he killed himself. Either he was killed or people knew he wanted to kill himself, and so they purposely created the proper space around him to allow him to kill himself. One of the two. If I post that on Facebook, technically speaking, Shannon, that is disinformation.
Yes, technically.
See what I'm saying?
But I mean, I guess. But still.
But still.
Actually, the point that I'm trying to make is getting away from me right now. That's an accurate point.
Look, I know what you was going to say. You were going to side with big tech and say that they should try to limit disinformation. But what you didn't expect is that Jabaya would hit you with a phenomenal point. Right? Be honest. You didn't expect that. You didn't expect that point that I pulled out to you. I'm just saying.
Maybe.
Do we want big tech to be out there telling us what's true and what's not true? Given the situation I just laid out.
I mean, no. Because I mean, I get it. Like, it's not going to stop there. It's probably if they're starting with those things, they'll probably move eventually to limit more things, and then
it always grows.
Borderline censorship. It's censorship. So I guess people should be allowed to put out whatever, and then people should be smart enough to determine whether or not these things are true.
Now, here's the thing.
Decide that for themselves.
It is extremely difficult, and I will admit this. It is extremely difficult in 2020 to decipher what is true and what is not true for certain things. I know the world is round.
For certain things, yes.
I know the Holocaust existed. I know, but certain things are hard for me to decipher if this is real news, fake news, is this being spun to fit a certain narrative.
Like what?
For example, the pay gap is not real.
Okay.
It's not real. Now, I know that hurts you, Shannon, to realize something you believe is just a farce. It's not real as laid out. If me and you worked at a store at Staples, it is an untrue statement that I would make more money than you because I have a penis. That is not going on. What is happening, Shannon, is they are taking all of the money men make, comparing it to all the money women make, and they're saying men as a group make more money than women as a group. So there's a pay gap. Be honest. You don't think that is intellectually dishonest to present pay gap that way?
Wait, no. I do think that is dishonest. Yes.
But they do it
to present it as an average. Yes.
Why?
I don't know. That's
why, Shannon.
No.
They want Shannon and her people to vote for them in the elections. And so what they do is they stir the pot. Look, they do the same thing with race. There are a bunch of issues where people of every political party and group, they manipulate information, twist it, present it in a dishonest fashion to get people to do things they want them to do. And so I consider that, Shannon, to be disinformation. Police brutality. Do I believe police are out of control? Yes, I do. That said, Shannon, I told you this before I asked you. Don't you think it's weird that they never show any of the countless white people that are shot?
Yes, it is a little weird.
It's on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not some big, Illuminati thing. There's a reasonable explanation for this. The big tech companies, they believe, I think some of them believe, they believe that they are doing the right thing by limiting disinformation. They think that they are kind of like superheroes to a certain degree. They are arbiters of truth. They are trying to protect us from being misled. The problem is every dictator, every king, they all end up, becoming corrupt by doing the same thing. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. And so while I might think that these institutions have the greatest of intentions, Shannon, it is a mistake to believe that you and you alone can tell the public what is true and what is untrue, especially when I just laid out a couple of examples where things that are believed by the masses are actually untrue when you examine them under magnifying glass.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we have a problem now.
Yes.
I admit it's hard to tell what's true and fake, but I also don't trust these big tech companies to be the ones deciding what is true or untrue.
Yeah.
And so I think the only thing you can do is let everyone post and speak about whatever they want to post and speak about.
That's what I said.
No, I agree with you, but that's not what you was thinking when we first started this, Shannon. I'm trying to lie to the public. All right. I know you was on the side of the big tech.
No, what do you mean? I'm just I mean, I understand the merit in wanting to limit the spread of misinformation, especially in this climate where
Mm-hmm.
things are easily absorbed by people that have mushy brains.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I understand. That's what I'm saying. Like, it is considered censorship, and in a way it shouldn't happen. It should be left up to people to consume things and be smart enough to do their research and decide if it's true or untrue. Yes.
But what do you believe, Shannon, about my larger point, which is we do have a problem. Like, I'm not one of those sitting here saying that there's no problem. There's a big problem. People cannot just tell the difference between true and untrue. I'm not arrogant, but I believe I'm smarter than most people I know. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I can't tell the difference between certain information, what's true and what's untrue, I know for a fact that they can't tell. So we have a serious situation that I don't know how to solve.
I mean, yes, I understand that, but you shouldn't be turning to social media for your all knowledge. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying that
We
I
agree there,
agree.
but don't.
Yeah.
But Shannon, even the information you get from news is.
Well, yeah, I know that, but I don't really. That's what I'm saying. But
So where do
if
we go, Shannon?
I don't know, I don't know. I
Where
don't
am I
know.
supposed to go for some facts?
The library.
Not about current events.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
like,
That's true.
like
I don't know.
how am I supposed to tell what is true, what is untrue, what is real, what is not real? These are the issues that no one talks about, and our media has such a hard on for Trump that they don't care to wade into these waters at all. Partly because they themselves push misinformation and disinformation all the time. They do it. Trump is the worst. They are right behind him, though. They think they're better than Trump. They are Trump. They are a much neater package, but they are the same as Trump. They spit out news stories and information that is untrue for clicks, for advertisement dollars, because once again, they need high ratings so that they can get ads. That's how they make their money. So they're just like Trump. And so I'm looking around at a world where, Shannon, I don't know what's real.
Yeah. Well, this is part of my larger point that the world is a scary place and going to shit. So I don't really even know how to solve that problem.
Yeah. And on top of that, the fact that I've been terrified ever since I saw The Social Dilemma, and you realize that we're not even on getting the same Google search results.
No, we're
So I
not.
can Google
That
one
is very
thing,
scary.
Shannon can Google something else, and we get two totally different, results.
We should test that out right now. Is
What do
that
you want
going
to
to impede
Google?
on time? How long have we been recording so far?
47 minutes.
Okay, we have a little bit of time. Let's test this out.
Hold on, let me go to Google. All right. What are we Googling?
Oh shoot, hold on, give me 1 second. I don't know. What do you want to Google? You give me the sentence.
Let's Google why are black men,
Why are black men? Okay.
and let's see what it
Why?
visit us.
What do you get? What did you get? I only got one thing.
Me too.
What'd you get?
I got why are black men's eyes red?
Oh, I got the same thing. Okay, but that might be a proximity thing because it said in the social dilemma that it's a proximity thing.
Okay, so let's Google. I don't know. Is my
Why is the sky? Do that.
okay? Why is the sky?
Okay, so my top 3 were why is the sky blue? Why is the sky blue for kids? Why is the sky pink? Why is the sky red?
Same thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe it is the proximity thing.
it could be. Yeah, because me and you are so in the social dilemma. For those of you that haven't watched it, you should watch it. Basically, depending on where you are in the country, you get different results. So me and me and Shannon, we're both in the same state, obviously, a blue state. So we're not getting into those crazy results. And we live not near each other, but close enough. And so it's kind of reasonable that our Google search results will be the same. But it's still scary for me that people somewhere else in the country can Google one thing, I can Google another thing, or the exact same thing, and we get 2 different results.
Yep.
And I don't know how we're supposed to combat this, because these these giant tech companies they have more power than the government. If I ask you, Shannon, who's more powerful, the federal government or Google? What would you say?
I feel impartial to speak about this. Probably Google though.
Why would you feel impartial?
Because we don't have to talk about this now. But I would say probably Google. Yeah.
I agree. I think Google is more powerful than the government. That's terrifying.
Yep.
It should scare all of us, because when the founders wrote this Constitution and founded this country, they could have never imagined in a million years there would be an entity created in the private sector that would have more power over the lives of citizens than the actual federal government. So how are we supposed to navigate this? I have no idea. I just know it needs to be done, and it needs to be done quickly. And everyone who is celebrating or applauding Facebook for taking a stand against disinformation about the Holocaust, they always start with something that we can universally be upset at. Whenever
it'll lead to something else.
Yeah, whenever they roll out some new technology or some new laws or whatever, it's always framed in a way in which you would be ostracized to be on the other side of whatever the issue is, right? Patriot Act, perfect example. 9/11 happens, federal government, they pass the Patriot Act, which gives the government, permission to spy on citizens and whatnot. If you were post 9/11 against the Patriot Act, Shannon, you were viewed as being anti-American.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't allowed to ask questions. You weren't allowed to write up ads in certain newspapers pushing back. And so we all kind of sat on our hands and allowed legally for the government to wiretap and spy on us and do a whole bunch of things that previously they would have needed a warrant to do on the citizens.
Yeah.
And so the same thing's happening here. Of course, we all agree that the Holocaust exists. And if you are denying that it happened, you need to go back to school. But that's not the point. The point is, it never stays on the thing that it is, it starts from. Facebook starts censoring on behalf of the Holocaust. Next thing you know, they're censoring because the government says, hey, Facebook, we have some information that's going to, is out there. And we don't want to panic the public. So can you, pull that back?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Censorship. Censorship is a scary thing when people are controlling it. Yes.